You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the only one media group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Hey, what's going on? I am your host, dini-mussolini. So this past Thursday, in the United States, just in case you didn't know, but traditionally, we pause this time to take stock of our blessings and remember to give thanks. The first Americans to celebrate Thanksgiving were primarily thankful for their survival. They were pioneers in a new world and were daily faced with the harsh realities of life without any of the comforts of civilization. Now, that is the story from the history books. No, you don't want to go down that rabbit hole with me, so I'll just leave it there. That's for another show. But, still today, most of us are fairly confident in our survival from day to day. Our material blessings are orders of magnitude more abundant in both quality and quantity than those of the original Thanksgiving participants. Survival is no longer a big concern for most of us, depending on where you're from, where you live. We are thankfully fairly confident that there will be a meal on the table tomorrow and the next day. Again, depending on where you're from and where you live. Even in the United States. There's one blessing, though, that hasn't changed much in the hundreds of years, and that is the blessing of community. All the people in our lives, life would be pretty meaningless without them. We could have all the material luxuries in the world, and most of them would be worthless without anyone to enjoy them with. Beyond that, it is the other members of our community. And with the internet, our definition of community is changing dramatically. That gives life its variety and character. We all depend on each other for creating the stuff of life. Think of all the people whose efforts go into everything that you have, everything that entertains you, everything that sustains you physically, everything that comforts you, all the art that appeals to your sense of beauty. Our strong community structure allows us each to specialize in our own way, right? Some of us work at putting food on the table, others work at putting roofs over our heads, others work to create beautiful art, others fight for us, others create words and pictures that make us think and grow, and still others build and maintain the machinery that moves our bodies, our things, and our ideas from place to place. If each of us had to worry about growing and processing and cooking our own food and building our own shelters, making the clothes to keep us warm, we would have time for little to nothing else. Participation in a dynamic community gives us each the opportunity to do what we do best, and that in turn benefits the community as a whole. As great as our communities have been in the past, up until very recently, they have been limited by physical location. For communities to form intimate and continuing communication is needed among community members. Intimate relationships are needed throughout communities. And for most of the history, that has meant that communities are defined primarily by geographical locations, my vigilantes. Quite obviously, though, the internet is changing all of that. This is growing worldwide. Communication system is breeding ground for hyper communities and entities that will bring the benefits of, an unimagined height to what you can do possibly. At the core of all the hype and potential surrounding the internet, it is the driving force of a new breed of community. This is what makes it all so exciting. When we think of all the wonderful things that the internet is making possible, we need to remember that behind it all are people. Without each other, none of it will be worth anything. So when we give thanks today, or as we did last Thursday, as you should give thanks every day, let's not forget to be thankful for each other. Our community, no matter how it is defined, it gives us each the power and support to be the best that we can be and be the best version of ourselves. Take it from me, dini-mussolini, that is my word, and word is bond.
You're live in the mix. Let's get this started.
Yo, hello and welcome to another awesome episode of Inside the Music, or Inside the Book, Inside the Business, where we dive into the minds of the people who create marvelous things. It feels so good to be back with you guys once again. One time for my people who are indigos, crystalline, or starseeds, or for my vigilantes audience family. And 2 times for my people who are vegetarian or vegans. If you're like me, we are averaging over 37,000 live listeners, and we've been at this for 4 solid years. I appreciate all you guys who've been rocking with the kid on this journey, and we're still evolving, baby. It is all because of you, most definitely. We are the people who have dedicated their lives to music, spirituality, business, literature, art, movies, and research in every aspect, and we want to allow you an opportunity to tell your story. Man, we've had celebrities on our show, from Grammy Award winning artists to nominees to actors, comedians, CEOs, technology geniuses, visual artists, from authors to professors and aliens. Or people think they're aliens. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Come on our show and talk to me. So check it out. To book an interview or just to share a real cool story, email me at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. And that's V as in Victor. I'm passionate about what I do, just as passionate about what you do, and together, yes, together, we can get your voice heard by the people who should hear it. So let's create something incredible. You know the number to dial, 701-801-9813. Text that number to your buddy right now and tell them to tune in to connect with us or our guests, or you can hop in the mix directly from our website, onlyonemediagroup.com. Right from the homepage, you can slap that go live button and you'll be right here live in the mix and in the chat room with all of us. Feel free to shoot over some questions to ask our guests while they are here, but only as time permits. Sometimes my guests and I talk entirely too much and we take up the entire hour. And as always, all episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/Only One Media Group, iTunes, YouTube, or any app from the Google Play or iTunes Store, or over at our website. And that goes for every single episode that we've ever aired.
And with that, I don't want to keep 28,000 of you guys waiting on the phone lines any longer. I think you're breaking the internet, right? So let's go ahead and dive deep into this interview. Tonight's interview is the Nola B Interview. And if you haven't guessed it already, I am your host, dini-mussolini. And we are the people who have dedicated their weekdays, nights to music, books, movies, news, business ventures, conspiracies, and just talking every aspect. From our incredible promotion on our new Facebook page, by the way, make sure you stop by and like us, to our interviews and Inside the Music series on Vigilantes Radio, or our show called Skeptics, where we talk about money, my favorite subject, music business, my favorite subject, relationships, and spirituality. We spend each and every day giving our maximum effort to create a vibrant, exciting, indie, and professional community for all creative minds that coexist in this beautiful artistic world. If you haven't guessed it already, our special guest tonight is Nola B. So let's go ahead. Hey, my brother, you're now live in the mix with all of us. How is it going and how are you feeling?
What's up? How you doing, bro?
Doing good, doing good, doing good. So how's the weather where you're at right now?
Oh, yeah, I'm in Houston, Texas, man. It's pretty good. It's starting to get chilly out there.
All right, nice. All right, man, so let's go ahead and dive deep into this interview, my brother. So it all had to start somewhere. If I had this right, you made your first steps towards music while you was in the service, correct?
Yeah, that's where I started writing.
Yeah, and from that point on, your journey has been mostly filled with music and meeting new people like collaborators and your fans. And of course, like any incredible artist or producer out there, your music will change and grow and evolve over time. So from where it all started, Nola B, to where we are now with the Book of Nola dropping in December, where might you take it next?
Okay, the first thing is like it's Nola, N-O-L-A, Nola. Okay, most people not from New Orleans, they say Nola, but it's actually Nola B, and it's called the Book of Nola. The project is it started for me when I really just wanted to find a way to vent. Like when I was in the military, I would be like alone a lot. I had to stand a lot of watch. You know what I mean? So that's how I would vent. I would just write songs, man, about my life and what was going on in the world, especially things that I felt like people wanted to hear, like the poet things.
Gotcha. All right, but where might you take it next after this project drops?
Well, after this, definitely, to be honest with you, this is what I'm focusing on. Like, this is, like, for me, like, right now, this is my only focus, and that's pushing this project. It's something I've been working on, something I'm passionate about. So, this is definitely what I'm focused on right now. So, I want to take care of this, then, you know,
right.
To the next.
How long did it take for you to put it together?
I would say roughly about 6 months, because I had some tracks that I had already recorded, but like I said, when I started this project, I wanted to be like the bomb. It's like my first, inauguration, if you will. So it ended up extending it about 6 months. So it took me about that much.
Now, I don't know if you think about things like this, but like the lifespan of projects. How long do a project run its course? And of course, it's all up to the artist and how hard they push. It took Fetty Wap maybe a few years to just get that one song he came out with in the beginning to get that popped off. It took him years, just working the same song. Some artists don't let their projects run the natural course. They, put something out and they're working on something new a month or two later, just to keep themselves working, I guess. In your mind, what do you think, or how long do you think the course of a project can last, in your opinion?
Well, the thing about it is a project can last forever. I mean, you look at artists just like Lauryn Hill, like she dropped one album, that was it. To be honest with you, it depends on the significance of it and what it is to that artist. I mean, the thing about it is nowadays, people just saturate the market with just album after song after song. Like, we're not even getting it. Like, you would listen to a song like a year from now and that'll be considered old, and that's weird because that's not old. Like, that's a new song, but it's like they feel the need. Like, it's like the competition wise. If this artist dropped and this artist dropped, and then I need to drop, and then I don't really let it, settle. I think that was a smart move by Fetty Wap, letting that single marinate, because he knew it was a hit. Like, cause you know when it's special, even though it may take a little bit of time for somebody to pick it up, because that has to do with business, honestly, and marketing. That's a whole different aspect of it. It's not like you could just have a hot song and then you just pop. The business don't work like that.
True that. Now, I would have to agree with you, but I do see the other side of the picture there. I think it's because the competition is so stiff that if you don't drop something, people forget about you. And, the sound and the wave is constantly changing. I mean, one style could be hot one day, and then it's like, oh, that's old stuff because we're on something new now.
So okay, well, like, this is the thing. What were you talking about? Like, in that song, was it something that people can identify with on a personal level? Was it something that told the story of that time? Like, those are the timeless ones are made. Like, it has to be significant, or it has to have some type of meaning. I mean, because to be honest with you, you can release a single, a nice beat. I mean, half of the time, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what carries singles is the nice beats or whatever and the catchy hook. But at the end of it, like, can you listen? Do you want to listen to this song riding in your car late night, coming home from work or something? What you listening to? Like, that's what you're gonna listen to.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. I like that. So let's talk about your journey, man. Like, we know music started for you, or you took your first action towards music in the service. But, you know, we like stories on Vigilante Radio, man. Tell us where it all started. You can even tell your life story, man. We're all ears.
All right. Well, I mean, as far as, like, I started music, like how I would say every conventional artist does. I mean, they hear something nice and they you know, they want to emulate it. For me, I was about 8, right? And my stepdad had like a CD player. That's when CD players was, you know, still big. And it was a nice one too. Almost cost like $50-something bucks. And he had a collection of his CDs or whatever. And he had hip hop. And I knew about hip hop, but I mean, like, I was 8. I had a good mom. Like, she sheltered us from that bad stuff. Like, we didn't really get to hear NWA until the appropriate age. So, but anyways, I went into his room one day, and I grabbed his CD player, and I'll never forget it. It was a Nas CD I Am, right? Mm-hmm. The CD Nas made called I Am, and the last song on there is called Undying Love. And when I heard that song, it was over for me. Like, I couldn't believe how he told this story so descriptively. Like, it's like you was there in the room experiencing, or in the vicinity experiencing all these visuals just through lyrics.
Yeah, it was one of the dopest.
For me, that was my start. Yeah, that's by far my number one greatest song I've ever heard. And the thing about it is, like, I wanted to emulate that feeling that he gave me.
Yeah.
So when I started, that's what I started with my music. Like, I want to invoke feeling or some type of emotion. That way you can remember it, or you can resonate with it on like a personal level.
Definitely. And where did a title like Book-of-Nola came from?
Well, it came from like a collection of all my songs and all my stories that I've had. Like, cause I've dealt with love, and I dealt with marriage, I've dealt with divorce, I've dealt with losing friends to jail, I've dealt with dealing with death from my grandmother to my best friend. Like, these are things that everybody identify with. And in order to construct like a nice project, you have to key on these factors, like the things that everybody go through. And this is a book more in the audio format of all those stories and all those struggles I had to endure and how I dealt with it.
Yeah. Nice. So this is your first album. Are we calling it an album or a mixtape?
This is an album, yeah. This is an album.
Well, it's your first album, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. How many mixtapes you got out there?
I got one on that Piff. It's called High Council Recordings Presents. And I have one on Audio Mac. It's called Stars. So those are the two. And I have a whole bunch of songs on my SoundCloud. Because that's the thing, like, man, I freestyle a lot. Like,
really?
I think I freestyle most of my songs. And then later I have to go back and format it into a song.
Yeah, that's impressive.
And I picked that habit up from watching Wayne.
Man, Wayne's incredible.
Right, like I actually had the opportunity to record him once. You know, when I had a studio in New Orleans, I worked in a studio in New Orleans with a bunch of it was a whole bunch of us artists. And I just had the opportunity to record him once he came through, and you know, I got to see like live how he does it, and it's just he run through it. He just run it, stop it, you know, think about it, go back to it. Like,
wow,
it's an amazing thing. So you got to be a good engineer to keep up. So I think that's like, and that's my inspiration, man. Like watching the best and wanting to be the best.
Definitely. So we take Nas' song "Undying Love," Lil Wayne's "Genius," 2 mixtapes, and a handful of songs. I think a video.
We got several videos. I actually direct videos too. Like there's a lot of facets of like my music. Like I don't want it to be misconstrued as if I'm like just a rapper. Like I've directed movies. I've produced like music scores, produced other albums. Like this is just one facet of the music that I work in. And it's kind of, I have to like tread carefully because that's the thing, you'll get like perceived as just like a rapper or an artist. And I'm so like further than that. I've been working at this a very long time.
Yeah, we can't put you in a box. We're just gonna call you a genius for right now because you're multifaceted.
Right. I appreciate the compliment.
No doubt, man, no doubt. So given all those things I've just mentioned, you got the new album that's about to drop December. What's different for you What's different for you this time around? Why album?
Well, see, this is the thing. I thrive on competition, right? I thrive on competition, and in my city, they got some stiff competition. And like I said, when I was working in the studio, the same ones that's around the city rapping out, like them was my competition. Like they would come in the studio and they would drop something, and that's how I feel like about this project. This is me throwing my hat into the ring.
Yeah, I got you.
This is me stepping out. Like, okay, I could do an album on my own. Like I could produce an album. I could, you know what I'm saying, like flow on an album. I can do this. And this is what this is, most definitely.
All right. So what do you think contribute to your overall evolution from your perspective on what you heard between the time between your mixtapes until now? What has changed for you?
Well, the outlook on the world is changing. You know, we got a new president in there. I mean, we got a whole lot of different issues. Like, you know what I'm saying? Social media is granting us the ability to have so much information at our fingertips that we've been engulfed in so much information that we have to make a decision. You know, and like that's changing people's outlook on life because they just it's like you thought about it one way, but then you read a story or you heard somebody else's truth on social media, and now you have to completely, you know, kind of reevaluate and think about how you feel about that now.
Yeah, so it's safe to say that some outside perspectives do influence your music. I mean, this is your platform, your voice. How could it not, in my opinion? And it's only right that you know, convey your feelings. Like you said, you've been through divorce, marriage, losing friends, all kind of stuff. And those are emotions that just can't stay bottled up, that you have to, you know, put it out somehow, some way without, you know, imploding.
Right. Because if you don't, if you don't, what you end up on a sideboard.
Yeah.
I mean, you end up with, you end up in the news for jumping out, doing something crazy or whatever. Wilding out. You got to release this stuff.
Yes,
you can't keep that in. Mess around and get a hold or something.
Yeah. So you mentioned the election. I did have a question for you about that. It is not a lot. I mean, I'm not going to ask you who you voted for. That was your decision. We don't pass judgments. That's up to you if you want to share that. But sometimes I like to keep politics out of interviews. But with the new president in office, it was election year, one of the most important decisions that we had to make as a country. I just have to ask this question because it's there. I mean, we have terrorist attacks, Pizzagate, leaked emails of a politician, police brutality, dirty water, and such and such and such. Do you keep politics out of your music?
No, I must say I keep politics kind of a little bit involved in my music because that's what's relevant. That's what's going on. Like, people crave, not really people crave, but people need to hear the truth. And the truth is sometimes in politics. And the crazy thing about it is like how we look at it. Like, why are we even looking at it as that being like a scary issue or that being something we shouldn't talk about? Like, say, for instance, like right now what we got going on. We got the situation in Libya going on with slave trade or what have you. Like, that's an issue that probably needs to be brought up because it's a serious issue. Mind something, that's not the issue about the newest, car, what I'm saying, or newest shoes or whatever, that's sent there to basically, like, distract you. Like, this is what's really going on.
Right.
Like, this is what's affecting the people.
Like, it just seemed like one big movie.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I said, how information is. Technology has evolved to, like, think about it. Okay, even with police brutality, right? Police brutality, we could probably concur from, like, previous years of, like, documentation that it's been going on, right? Even since, since slavery, it's been going on. But the thing about technology, that camera phone, since that invention, it has given every person the ability to share that information right then and there instantly. So it kind of put the police department, it put them on kind of high alert awareness, because now things that they probably could get away with before, they can't with. Now they got to wear body cameras. So you're going to see more of these issues. It's not like it hasn't been happening. It's been happening. It's just now it's just being seen more.
Right.
And as far as, like, and especially with world issues, like, okay, like all of us are like, we're going to assume that these issues haven't been taking place, even though we know they've been taking place before. Mm-hmm. Like, that's us kind of being a little bit naive, I think.
Yeah. Like you said, man, with the invention of camera phones, there's cameras everywhere now. It's like, how could you not document these things? And they've been going on for, the beginning, well, I won't say beginning of the time, but for a long, long time. And cameras weren't that handy,
Exactly. I mean, like, I was just in my city the other day. Like, they got cameras on the traffic lights, for God's sake. There's cameras everywhere. Like, they don't even have to give you a ticket anymore. I was reading this other thing, like, they got this, like, scanner now that cops are having in their car where they'll ride behind you and they'll just scan your license plate, run your insurance. If you don't have it, they'll just mail you a ticket.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy, right? This is what's going on. Like, it's not that other stuff. This is what's really happening. This is what's really affecting people, especially in the financial aspect.
Yeah. Now, this next question is more of an outlook than anything else. Some fans believe that their heroes or artists they look up to, that their artist is their voice. Like, say you had a fan that looked up to you, and he feels you stand on the side. You stand on the side of a fence on a particular stance. So he may be looking for you to say something, to be vocal about it because you're vocal in your music about it. But he's also looking for you to take it a step further. And I guess like Colin did. I mean,
exactly.
He made a bold move. So do you believe that artists should make moves outside of the music?
See, that's a touchy subject. Like, cause even with that, that's a both sides of the fence. Like, even with the NFL players, like, you got to see it on both sides. Some of them boys ain't won't take no knee for the simple fact, man, them boys got kids to feed. Mm-hmm. Them boys got families. Them boys got, and that's the thing about it. The percentage of the people that actually play sports that actually make it, it's way less than, it's close to 6% of the athletes in college that's actually going to even see an NFL field. That's a staggeringly low number. Those guys work their whole entire lives just for what? The average lifespan of an NFL player is 2 to 3 years anyway. Mm-hmm. So you got to consider the fact that these dudes have been working their entire life just to get this. This is their dream. This is their, their Martin Luther King dream. This is what they dreamt when they was like kids. But then on the other side, You got, well, you know this equality and you know this BS been going on for so long with our race.
Yeah.
You know, and you feel some type of way about that because you know what's happening when you riding down that street and that car stop you, dog. You know you'll lock up. You know what I'm saying? You get scared or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Even though you ain't do nothing wrong, it's just that impulse. You know what I mean? And you don't like that. So you don't like that feeling, so you want to do something about it. Or you want to scream, you want to yell, you want to get that out. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the other side of the fence. You got to consider those two. Which one is more important? And at the time, for me personally, you know, like I always have to consider, like, before I make a decision like that, I have to consider my family. Because them the people I have to worry about, man. I got to leave my child a legacy out here, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's difficult. It's hard, man.
Yeah, man. It's definitely a catch-22 there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's not no black and it ain't no black and white. Like, people like to make it seem like it's a black. This is the thing. Okay, even with the Colin Kaepernick protest, right? You could have, if you really wanted to support him, you could have just not even watched the NFL. And it was seeing them numbers like dwindle at the beginning until they, you know, constructively figured out the way to heal the situation. You know, even though Trump, he's still going at their neck about it a little bit, but that's just misdirection. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? Like that's all that is. But at the same time, like, man, you got to consider that, bro. That's a hard decision, man.
It is. It is.
Cause you know, you broke out here. You ain't getting no love.
Yeah. Definitely. All right. Well, we are glad that you have your perspectives in order there, that you consider your family before any huge decision like that. Not most people think like that, and they should. They should take a note from you on that instance. That is not all about you at times. It has to be there has to be a bigger picture behind it.
Always. All
right, man, I have a random scenario for you. Okay, so there's this huge, hairy, tattooed, biker-looking guy, fresh out of jail in his late 40s, and he wants to support Nola B. But he's just not certain what about your music will appeal to him. But he's an informed buyer. He knows what's hip. And he just honestly wants to know what a gruff old man like himself would find appealing to him in your music. What might you tell him?
No, that's a good question. Well, the first thing I tell him is the reason why he would really like my music is because it identifies with him. And the reason why it would identify with him, you would probably think because based off appearance, it wouldn't, because, you know, he's this old gritty, gruff guy you described him as, an elderly man with tattoos, fresh out of jail. I mean, I can't say like appearance-wise we're the same, but I can identify with him in his life experiences. Not that I've been in jail for like years, but I've been in jail.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, 68% of us always do anyway. But anyways, the thing about it is, the same situation that he had to endure that probably led up to him getting there, and also the lesson that he probably had to learn while he was in there, that he was going to utilize when he get out, I could provide him with some way of keeping up with that message. Like, cause I'm not gonna tell him nothing negative.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna send him like back up the road to go do something else stupid that's gonna land him in a messed up situation. I'm gonna sit up there and motivate him. I wanna put him in the mind frame that was the past. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna do better now. That's why he should listen to my music.
Yes, sir. Now, through lyrical details, one could say that you write reflectively and openly. And I would agree with that statement. Are you sending a message to one person in particular? Like, is there someone in mind out there that you truly hopes to hear these songs and messages that you're putting out there? Or is it all more universal than that?
Well, it's different levels, I'm going to say. Because as I said, from a project standpoint, I want labels to listen to it. I want them to be able to compare my music to what's hot now and see where we differ. And if they like it and they think it's special, then, you know, they'll be inclined to reach out. As far as like on a fan level, would say definitely I speak to them more because I understand a lot of problems that we go through in life. Like, for instance, right now, like, I'm in my senior year in college right now. I have to take a final, like,
nice.
3 days. Like, so, you know, like, I understand pressure, especially, like I say, I understand love. I've been in it. I've been out of it. I've been through the mud. I've been through those cold, you know what I'm saying, lonely nights, you know. It's just, I understand, especially on that fan perspective. And I also understand about letting go and moving on and having fun. And just, you know, rocking how you want to rock sometimes, being yourself.
Definitely. And what's coming up in the near future for you, man? Anything exciting that we should know about? I know you just did a show not too long ago and have another one coming up. But what else you got going on?
Yeah, I just had the show, actually it was yesterday. I had a show at Warehouse Live. It's a real prominent venue out here in Houston, Texas. Man, shout out H-Town. They give me a whole lot of love out here. Actually, December 21st, 4 days before Christmas, I have another show at Warehouse Live. I'm swear they call me Mr. Warehouse. I'm turning into Mr. Warehouse Live out here. And then January 1st, I have another show. January 5th, I have another show at Warehouse Live that's locked in. So my area that I'm really focusing on getting my shows up. I really like to do live shows.
Definitely. They need to just put your name on a marquee there at Warehouse Live.
They need to. I'm trying to get them to.
Definitely, man. So let everybody know where they should connect with you online.
Oh, man. Right now, on social media, as far as those sites, I really like Instagram. I don't know why. I just like it formatted in a way. I've been playing with it for the longest. So on Instagram, they can find me at book-of-nola, bookofnola. Also on Twitter, I'm Nola BR, that's NOLA BR. YouTube, you just type in Nola B and all of my videos are gonna pop up. Also got a short film that you guys probably should check out. I directed it, produced it, and wrote it myself. Nice. Man, it's just my website is up. I'm slacking, but like I said, it's my senior year, man. I'm, you know, a little bit behind. Have a little, you know, patience with me. It'll be up. So,
and guys, just in case you didn't catch those links, we have them in the description of the show, so all you have to do is click it. I did all the work for you. All right, man, let us know what we can expect on this new album, maybe like a date or something.
Oh, man, like this is the thing, like I'm pushing for December 22nd, but I just got some new tracks that you know, that just start bubbling, and I want to make sure it's as best as it can possibly be. But definitely, I'm aiming for December 22nd, because I actually just finished the other two, so I'll be all right. 22nd is definitely on schedule.
Definitely. Any features on it?
Oh, yeah, I have one of my best friends, LRG1. He's a producer and an artist from actually Macon, Georgia. He out there in VA right now. I got Fresh. He's a North Carolina rapper. He's actually, I shot his first video. That's on YouTube also. Check that out. He'll be on the album. I also have this new feature from Cali Cal. He's an artist out here in Texas. He's Prairie View A&M. Kappa Alpha Psi. I had to shout him out, man. He loved it. And man, just a lot of production, and mostly me. Yeah, it's mostly me. You're getting a lot of me on there.
Cool deal. There is one female that I was going to ask you is, would you do a collaboration with her? But I just lost her name, and this is one of my favorite female artists. Yeah. Miss Supreme. Naima Supreme. Yeah. You ever heard of her?
No, I haven't. Now I want to. I'm actually looking her up now.
She's from I believe it is New Orleans. And man, she snaps.
I know 3D Nazi. You said Nivea Supreme?
Yeah, that's who it is.
Nivea, you talking about Nazi?
Yeah, Nazi. Supreme's
from
New York.
Nazi.
I'm getting them mixed
up. Yeah. Okay, yeah, man, yeah, I know Nati, man. Nati serious, boy. Don't play with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing not serious.
Yeah, Nola B and a Nati record, man. That'll be crazy.
Oh, look,
right?
check this out. That need to be crazy. We need to promote that. I'm gonna tell you why. I made this song, and literally, I wrote it about her, and I shouted her out at the end of the song, man. Like, nice. I love Nati. She got that Maria. She got that song Maria, and she shot a video for that thing, man. And she like, yeah, I mess with Nati.
Yeah. Tough. All right,
yeah,
so
serious.
We have Nola B 24 hours that we're about to get into. So after the music break, it'll be time for our usual tradition. It is called the hot seat, and our fans love this part of the segment, of course, along with the actual interview, but the audience gets to hear either Nola B sing, maybe poem, inspirational speech, maybe you want to freestyle rap, maybe tell us a joke or two, or share a real cool story, or even whip out a live instrument. The choice is his to make tonight. You never know what these creative minds and vessels will produce in the spotlight, and tonight we'll find if Nola B has what it takes to be put on the spot, a test of his true artistry, and maybe even some hidden talent. But for right now, we have Nola B 24 hours, and we'll be right back.
My mic is hot. We live. Yeah. You hear me? Yeah. Mama, I come from the money, we get to the money, we thuggin', we hustlin'. Mama, I come from the money, we thuggin', we hustlin', we get to the money. Mama, I come from the money, we thuggin', we hustlin', we get to the money. Mama, I come from the money, we hustlin'. Yeah. Mama, I come for the money, we thuggin', we hustlin', we get to the money. Mama, I come for the money, we thuggin', we hustlin', we get to the money. Mama, I come for the money, we thuggin', we hustlin', we get to the money. Mama, I come for the money, we thuggin', we hustlin', we get to the money. Understand that patience is a virtue. Even though they fake, boy, you stay true. Yeah. Stack your bread, let's cope. Cause if it ain't this year, then it ain't no. Couple chains, couple watches, now you're shining. You're gonna take a loss. You should know that if you're proper, throw some cake back to your mama. Cause she know how to hold that. Never save her, especially if that throwback. Never let me hold that. Only for your. I'm talking about them real ones, them high council gorillas. Just make sure they feel me. Now it's not too long. Call that stupid. Say I ain't coming home. Mama, I come for the money, we thuggin', we hustlin', we get to the money. Mama, I come for the money, we thuggin', we hustlin', we get to the money. Mama, I come for the money, we thuggin', we hustlin', we get to the money. Mama, I come for the money, we thuggin', we hustlin', we get to the money. Hard work pays off, such a true lie. Cause even though they block, you can move by. Turn that fucking rocket to a couple shots. If they ain't can file, send a couple shots. Never serve where you live, that's a biggie rhyme. Take care of your kids, real good now. And she gon' pledge allegiance to your swag. Cause you know that if you're great, there's a woman in the back. Passion's what you have, so you gotta get it. Never jock a do your thug thistle. Started with a drizzle. Now you look official. Ball on these till your jersey's on the ceiling. Mama, I come for the money, we thuggin', we hustlin', we get to the money. Mama, I come for the money, we thuggin', we hustlin', we get to the money. Mama, I come for the money, we thuggin', we hustlin', we get to the money. Mama, I come for the money, we thuggin', we hustlin', we get to the money. Mama, I come for the money, we thuggin', we hustlin', we get to the money. Mama, I come for the money, we thuggin', we hustlin', we get to the money. Mama, I come for the money, we thuggin', we hustlin', we get to the money. Mama, I come for the money, we thuggin', we hustlin', we get to the money. Nola. Mama, I come for the money, we thuggin', we hustlin', we get to the money. Mama, I come for the money, we thuggin', we hustlin', we get to the money. Mama, I come for the money, we thuggin', we hustlin', we get to the money. Mama, I come for the money, we thuggin', we hustlin', we get to the money. Get to the money. Get to the money. Get to the money.
Oh yeah, I think that's gonna be my wake up anthem, right? Yeah, that one is supercharged. Great track, 24 Hours, man. Nola B. So you might as well, guys, as long as you're going to do it, you might as well do it right. As long as you're going to show up for work, you might as well do your best on your job. As long as you're going to use that software, you might as well take a couple of hours to learn all of its features. As long as you're going to take the trouble to raise a family, you might as well make it a happy, well-adjusted one. As long as you're going to have life, you might as well live a life full of excellence. It doesn't take that much more effort to do something as well as you possibly can. And as long as you're going to do it anyway, doesn't it make sense to give it your all? Yet, far too many people try to get by with as little as possible. Why? And because of that, if you do just a little bit more than the minimum, you will rise above the crowd. If you show just the least bit of, more attention, initiative, you'll be more successful than 95% of the people in this world. And there are billions of us. And if you throw yourself wholeheartedly into everything that you do with a total commitment to excellence, there are no limits to what you can accomplish. It's not a matter of time. We all have the same amount of time. No one makes it out of life alive. Trust me on that one. It is a matter of attitude. What do you expect of yourself? Right now, let's go ahead and bring the man of the hour back on. Nola B, man, you're live in our hot seat. What do you have for us?
Oh yeah, man. I definitely I want to spit something, man. I definitely want to spit something. Cause I know they want to hear me rap. All right, so check this out. Look, Nola B, I'm really something that you need to see. Do this for free, no fee. I've been fly like no wings. My head's in the clouds. I lay it down like some living room floor tile. Reverse smiles when they saw me coming. Like Neo mug shot, boy, it's about to get ugly. I've been running, used to wonder why they passed up on the boy. Oh, well, it ain't my fault. Man, I get on, I'ma go off. I'm my own boss, because sometimes people's interest is not yours. Middle fingers to them boys, boy, I stun hard. Hermes belt buckles with G-Star draws. Look, man, I talk it, but I live it, though. Find me anywhere. I'm convenient like the corner store. Anywhere your visa go, all the people want to know. I ain't even Catholic and still got to see the Pope. That's crazy juice. Why your girl trying to squeeze me? And these rappers want to be me. You see the difference between Nola B and them other boys? I don't wear tight jeans. I got big balls. I said, golf, boy, tighten up. Say the bull stuff for matadors. Put the rap forefront. Yves Saint Laurent fonts on the man bag. I got to brag, man, I'm so glad, because I remember back when the boy had a hole in the roof. The irony is that it was the perfect point of view. I moved through, spitting flows like a young Hover. More guns, man, no roses. Coke, no soda. Whip, no chauffeur. Thank Jehovah every day. Bad times over. Boy, the name's Nola. Stop saying no ya. Emerald Live on the mic. I slow Rosha. About to kick it to these boys like Baltimore's Matt Stover. It's game time, boy. Flip the quarter. I'm a starter in the truest form. AC, left corner, on my uniform. Yeah, I'm about to bring it home. Score one for them real dudes. Try to jack this black, you gonna make a kill you. Because I didn't see so many figures with figures that if it could slip up, Akon couldn't convict them. I was tripping thinking, this is where I need to be. Because their end is the only ending on my street. Man, I'm a beast, but you'll soon see. Nola B, I work hard. Now the dreams is in arm's reach. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Man, nice. Fire. I even think I heard a line in there for me. Stop saying noise.
I had to freestyle. I gotta, look. It's like this. I once read it to this gentleman. He was like, whatever they do, man, make sure they pronounce your name right. Don't let them mess your name up.
Yeah.
That's
no
all
doubt
that
about that, man. No doubt about that. I ain't nothing. Don't rattle my cage. Don't rattle my cage.
Nah.
I've been known to go bar to bar too, so
let's get it. I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, but man, I really appreciate you, man, and also appreciate your time and the service, man, for serving for our country, and let us continue to have these freedoms that we have today. So salute you on that one as well.
Appreciate it, brother.
No doubt, man. All right, man, the floor is yours, man. This is our traditional spot where we let you communicate to your fans and possibly your new fans, our listeners, anything that's on your mind or heart that maybe we didn't talk about in this interview.
All right, well, man, check this out. The thing about I want to let everybody know about me is that, man, I'm a hard worker. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see this just as a hobby. I don't see this as just something to play with. I take this very seriously. And also, man, throughout my record, I will hope that, you know what I'm saying, the fans and the listeners get that vibe and stuff from me. Like, that if they, you know what I'm saying, like, just check me out. You know, just listen to my music. And if you don't like it, then, you know what I'm saying, it's not that I don't want you to listen. It's just I need to work a little bit harder. That's how I perceive it. So, you know what I'm saying, just check out my music. Also, man, I want to shout out my city because that's where I started at. You know what I'm saying? When I first got out, man, I hit the ground running. I built a studio, you know what I'm saying, with some of my comrades, and I just stuck to it through the hardships or through whatever. And I definitely want to give my city for giving me the strength to make it through a lot of adversities. And my family as well, they always got my back. I don't have to too much do some worrying, man.
Awesome. Thank you again, Nola B. All right, we have Sule Babe Shawty, and we'll be right back.
Texel on the track.
Babe, shawty, babe, shawty, babe, shawty, babe, shawty, yeah, shawty, I can get you what you want, babe, shawty, if it costs $100K, babe, shawty, I'ma somehow make the cake, babe, shawty, I'ma get you what you want, babe, shawty, even if it breaks the bank, babe, shawty, I'ma get it like I get it, babe, shawty, let me whisper in your ear, babe, shawty, cause I love you near and dear, babe, shawty, I'ma have it all today, babe, shawty, yeah, babe, shawty, babe, shawty, babe, shawty, babe, I bathe in aid, your smile gray, I cannot wait, I see his fade, your perfect grace, let's activate, yeah, babe, shawty, babe, shawty, babe, shawty, babe.
Cell on the track.
My name is K. Jackson. Yeah, I see a lot of talk, but not enough action. Said she'll put it on me, I keep asking. Yeah, I see you twerking in the mirror. Can you do that on the dick? Can you bounce it? How you bounce it when you dancing with your chicks? You the shit. Well, bitch, I am the scooper. Hit the suicide doors. Kill myself like a looper. If sex is a weapon, you know I am the shooter. Yeah, I am the man. But you got the maneuvers. Move it, prove it. Suck it like a hoover. Do it. Let's play spin the bottle. The ace of spades is hollow. Let's get fucked up and not remember anything tomorrow. Like I left a trail of money. That's how all the bitches follow.
My bus just stopped in your town tonight. That mean it's going down tonight. You told me that you was getting wild tonight. Show me your other side.
Hey sister, I'ma call you down because you're limber. She gon' think I'm crazy when I bend down. From the front to the back till I ass off like September. It's going down tonight. We're getting wild tonight. It's going down tonight. We're getting wild tonight.
She said I never had a threesome. I said me either. And that was the first time she let a chick eat her. But we was both lying like Mufasa. This hoe was a ratatouille. I ain't talking pasta. Bye, Brooks mine, the Globe Trotter. Ball no Wilson, more like Mike Lowry. That boy bad with hella pads on top of pads with a bitch so bad they mad, ready to get her ass. Don't tell me you gon' do it unless she bout to do it. I wanna see your flower, girl. You know them tulips. But she told me you was tighter than the Jewish. And that's kinda hard to believe, like OJ didn't do it. Like OJ didn't.
It's going down tonight. We're getting wild tonight. It's going down tonight. We're getting wild tonight.
My bus just stopped in your town tonight. That mean it's going down tonight. You told me that you was getting wild tonight. Show me your other side. My bus just stopped in your town tonight. That mean it's going down tonight. You told me that you was getting wild tonight. Show me your other side.
And that was Cavante Jackson with his song Tonight. I don't know if you guys remember, but we interviewed Cavante Jackson right before the summer hit. He was one of the regular cast members on Everybody Hates Chris, and he also was a part of the group Third Story. If you remember that group, they were signed by I think it was it Babyface. Yeah, they were signed to Babyface like in the late 90s, early 2000s. They were a boy R&B group. Pretty dope. And then they split up. Cavante went to acting, where he did, like I said, Everybody Hates Chris and a couple other movies and shows. And I just heard Third Story got back together, so we'll be probably interviewing the rest of the group and get the scoop on the ins and outs of everything. So yeah, that was Cavante Jackson tonight. That interview lasted for at least 2 hours with me and Cavante. We dived deep into his life, and he had a lot to say, a lot of love. So very appreciative of his time here on the show. All right, let's see what else we have here.
Who on there? I said we on there. 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 We on there.
All that we do is get paper, cash. Swear that we ball like the Lakers. I'm with my crew kicking flavors. I ain't worried about a hater. I get more bread than the baker. She come to me, I don't chase her. I might take a trip to Jamaica. Yeah, that's 100 been sitting on the table. We are niggas. Yeah. We are niggas. We are niggas. We are niggas. Man, I swear that we are niggas. We are niggas. Yeah. We are niggas. We are niggas. We are niggas. Tell them folk that we are niggas. I'm a mix. I got chicks. No, I got to flex. Pull it up in Hemis. Then I'm pulling off in vets. If it's not that, it's a jet. I'm ballin' how you play rate. I swear that it's nothing but net. Look at my diamonds, you know that they wet. If you even know me, you know that I'm working. When I left the party, your shawty was lurking. I don't want your girl, she can stop by that flirting. I'm up next with chest while your pockets are hurting. You know it's 5-star fur coat, ayy. And I be whipping no Django. Take your girl out of Dodge, still Rango. We'll call your girl, but I don't know her name though. All that we do is get paper. Cash. Swear that we ball like the Lakers. Oh yeah. I'm with my crew kicking flavors. Splash. I ain't worried about a hater. I get more bread than the baker. Yeah. She come to me, I don't chase her. What? I might take a trip to Jamaica. Yeah, that's 100 been sitting on the table. We are next. Yeah. We are next. We are next. We are next. Man, I swear that we are next. We are next. Yeah. We are next. We are next. We are next. Tell them folk that we are next. Right. I just wanna stand this summer. Red bottom Ferragamo's. Hit a 10 band jewel. I just gave it to Marana. Swear that I ball like a Laker. Better yet, ball like the Pacers. We up next, yeah, I know that they hate us. Frank play around 100 bands on the table. We up next, flexing on my ex. Swear I'm about to run me another check. Fly like a jet. I'm a G, no alphabet. Chasing checks, I'm out there. You a rookie? I'm a vet. Might cut your girl, no Gillette. Just want the paper, nothing less. Oh. All that we do is get paper. Cash. Swear that we ball like the Lakers. Oh yeah. I'm with my crew kicking flavors. Splash. I ain't worried about a hater. I get more bread than the baker. Yeah. She come to me, I don't chase her. What? I might take a trip to Jamaica. Yeah, that's 100 been sitting on the table. We are next. Yeah. We are next. We are next. We are next. Man, I swear that we are next. We are next. Yeah. We are next. We are next. We are next. Tell them folk that we are next.
All right. We are back. That is an artist by the name of 5-Star Franco.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/only1mediagroup, iTunes, YouTube, any app that's on a Google Play or iTunes store, or our website. And that goes from every single episode that we've ever aired. If you'd like to request music or a particular guest or send something for me to play, email it to theradio@only1mediagroup.com. If it's music, please label it by artist and title. Here's my disclaimer. We are genre free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, you can scratch all of that because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Nah, just kidding. On behalf of myself, Dini-Mussolini, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, as well as Spreaker. We always follow back. That is the #1 rule. Okay, well, just remember to be yourself and be absolutely great at just doing that. Avoid being too comfortable because you're messing with your potential when you do that. Peace and have a good night.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.only1mediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.